over there?
Mind your business.
What you writing over there?
Nothing, man. Just
Nothing.
mind your business, bro.
You mean not the notes from your rich mentors?
It's been on my heart, Mike. I'm going to give you my notes, Mike. Almost 2 decades in the game.
Dang, it's a long
I
time.
know a lot of rich friends that happen to be mentors. People making 8 figures or more.
Wow.
I wrote down all the notes.
Spill them. Spill the beans.
Spill the beans. No. $1 million.
Let's see if, well,
That's
not
what I'm about to give you right now. Okay, let's start from the top. 3 things, right?
yes.
I'm going to explain to you why you want to have a mentor. I'm going to explain to you how them helping you understand the power of time, most valuable asset in the world, how they actually do that. And I'm going to explain to you the thing that I think is responsible for every single dime that I've ever had when it comes to online marketing. And that's how they help you with focus. I'm going to break it all down for you. I'm going to share all the notes. Expose it right now. Ready?
I'm focused.
Get ready. It's going to be good.
You should be too. Go ahead, hit that like button. Get real good. All right. So why should we have a mentor?
Everybody always says you have a mentor. I'd go to these events when I got started, as a digital marketer. Everybody would always say, you need to have a mentor. And every time I go try to find a mentor, they'd be super expensive, right? I couldn't afford it. Until I was able to start getting mentors, I didn't really understand the power of them. So, as I always do, I got a story for you, Mike.
Story time.
It has nothing to do with mentors, but it'll explain to you why you need a mentor.
Okay, interesting.
I'm a little embarrassed by the story, though. Mike, what'd you get on your SAT?
I think
First
it
time.
was 14.
You know what I got?
What?
You can laugh.
Not making any promises.
I might have got 600 the first time I took it.
600?
I might have got a 600. And you know
Did
what
you
else?
even try?
No. I was trying to get out of there. They said all I needed was a 720 to get my scholarship.
Oh, well, fair enough.
A-B, left, right, start. They didn't have a left, right on the paper, but I put that on there.
You're just marking
They
down.
said I got 400 for my name.
All right.
So here's what happened, right? Got it back. It was maybe 500, maybe 600. Just bombed it. Parents go berserk, right? I have all these scholarship offers. Now those are off the table. So immediately my parents put me into this like SAT prep class. First day I go to this prep class, they go, what do you need to score to get to the school you want? In my case, I needed like a 720, right, to get a full ride scholarship for football. They go, okay, great. So the most you can get on the test is 1,600. The way that the test is scored is actually based on the ones you get right. You get penalized more on the ones that you get wrong. So the key to the test is to not answer all the questions.
What?
Because if you answer all the questions, that gives you the ability to get more wrong, which will lower your score. So they have these buckets, right? I'm serious. They have these buckets.
Okay.
And they said, okay, since you need a 720, you're going to shoot for 1,000, which means you only need to take like 3/4 of the test.
Interesting.
Now, the way that they get you on this test is everybody has a certain amount of time, and it goes from easier to harder throughout all the questions. Now, if you have a limited amount of time, what happens? You start getting stressed for time, you start answering, and you start missing
Scribbling.
more,
Yep.
right? But if you only needed to answer 3/4 of the test, it gives you more time on every question. So what happens? You get more right. So ultimately, I went from like 500 to like literally like almost 1,100 the second time I took it. Yeah, that's right. Slow clap it, slow clap it. The reason I tell you this story is it was the same exact test, different strategy. I was able to give myself so many more advantages by being able to slow down, going into the test knowing I wasn't going to take the entire test. I didn't have to answer any of the hard questions. So if I missed, I was missing a lot less. So I ended up not only scoring 1,000, but scoring almost 1,100. To the point where they actually thought I was cheating. They had to go look into my test scores.
I mean, let's face it, though. You were.
Kind of was. And that's the power of a mentor.
Because you got a good strategy.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. The reason why you want to have a mentor is that what I just shared with you is proof that it's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And if you get a good mentor, they're able to unlock these hacks that give you such an advantage over everyone else when it comes to business. Told you this was going to be good. Notes.
Shedding a tear already. So you mentioned that mentors helped you save time. which allows you to make more money. What do you mean by that?
Absolutely. So, you hear it all the time, right? Time is one of the most valuable assets in the world. It's something that you can't get back. The advantage that people that have a lot of money have over everyone else is they're able to sometimes buy back time, right? Because they can put people in positions to do other things that free them up to do the things that actually help them make more money.
Right.
Well, have you ever heard someone say, like, don't listen to that person, they failed before, they're a bad person to listen to?
Yeah.
Right? And on the opposite side, the mentors, like we look around this office, we have the greats in here on the wall. So let's just take someone like Elon Musk, right? Mm-hmm. In the entrepreneur world, most people, if you are like, hey, I'm going to learn from Elon Musk, you'd be like, that's smart of you to learn from him. He's had success, right? Well, in reality, you actually want to learn from people who have failed, okay? Right. Because they're there to teach you what not to do. But more importantly, the people that have had success often have failed way more than the people that you would originally think to look at. You just don't see it. Then in fact, there's an article that you can go look online. It's something like Elon Musk's 5 greatest failures. And it talks about all these different times that he failed.
Yep.
My point that I'm making is what I've learned from mentors is that you can actually learn more from their failures than their success. Like, for example, you think I need this mentor so they can teach me what they're doing to make money. Mm-hmm. What I did was I went to the mentor and I found out all the things that they did wrong so I could avoid those. And they have the most value in that because typically if they've had a lot of success, they've had more failures.
Right.
So by learning from their mistakes, okay, by learning from the mistakes of other people that have had success and a lot of failures, you're able to buy back and get so much of that time that you would have either spent more money on and wasted it because you didn't know what you were doing, or ran around doing something that you didn't even need to do. The key that I learned from my mentor is asking the questions about their failures more than like what they're doing to actually get results in whatever it is that they're doing at that time.
I guess you are smarter than that SAT says.
What was your score again?
So number 3, you mentioned focus, and that is a key that they share that helps you make money, the key that your mentors share.
If I could go back and tell myself what I'm about to tell you, man, a lot of money saved, a lot of heartache saved.
Hindsight's 20/20.
Late nights, crying, saved. Anyways, so focus. What they teach you is this. Traditional people do too much of this. You ready?
Listen.
Do too much of this, Mike. They focus on the symptoms versus focusing on the problems. We had a client today, we had a mastermind call, and he was talking about how he had all these different products, and he was gonna break them up, leveraging EBOOV, our tool, sell them all, and then cross-promote and sell all the other ones. And I said, man, why? Like, why are you doing that? Like, I said, well, let me ask you a question. Out of all of these products that you're gonna cross-promote, is there one that essentially, you're selling the most of that solves the biggest problem? He said there was one that solves 80% of the problem. I said, well, why don't you just offer that and then give them the other 20% as a bonus? This would allow you to raise your prices and actually fix the problem. And he looked at me like I told him like this magic thing. Right, it was wild. To me, it's so obvious, but you see it all the time. EBOOV, for example, right? Everybody's used to using these 3-step brick wall funnels.
Yep.
At the end of the day, what's the point of a funnel? To get them to see what you have to sell.
Get more people to see.
Right. EBOOV gets more people to see by eliminating these steps, right? And most people, they just focus on the symptoms. It's like if you have a headache, what do people do? They take an Advil or Tylenol.
Yeah, temporary.
But the actual problem could be you're not getting enough sleep. You could have a poor diet. Maybe you need to work out more. There's all these things that are actually causing the headache, and you're just basically treating the symptom and not fixing the problem.
Yep.
What a mentor does that a lot of times it's difficult for even them to articulate is they provide you with a level of focus that allows you to stick in the game long enough to actually win. And one of the reasons people struggle is they're always focusing on all these symptoms and they're all over the place. They have no focus, therefore they can never get to the end result or the outcome that they want.
They're scattered.
They're all scattered.
Yep.
So I tell people all the time, man, if you are focusing on a ton of things and if you're not 100% focused on the actual problem, if you're not making money, you simply need to make more offers.
Yep.
That's the problem. But if I ask, a lot of people out there why they aren't making money, it could be, I need a better webinar. I need to run ads on this platform. It's all these other things. Those are different symptoms that could be affected, but it's not the problem. Why you're not making money is not enough people are seeing what you have to sell. So what a mentor helps you do is find that focus And that's why I was jotting down my notes that somehow you knew I was doing. How you do that?
I already knew.
How you do that, Mike?
I got my ways. So for someone that needs a little bit more explanation, can you break down this concept for them?
I want you to do this. Give me an A.
A,
C.
C,
Give me a C.
C,
Give me an E.
E,
Give me an S.
S,
Give me another one.
S.
What's that spell?
I got a higher SAT score than you. Access.
Sums it up.
What do you mean by that?
Access to more information, knowledge, strategies, things that essentially save you time and keep you focused.
I like that.
I'm out.
Yo, where'd you go?